Tell Me Why is a new game from Dontnod, who's most famously known for their Life is Strange games. If you have played any of their previous games, you will know exactly what to expect here. Tell Me Why very much follows the footsteps of Life is Strange and tells an emotionally investing story where you have to make your own choices. This time the story revolves around two twins, called Allison and Tyler, who return to their childhood home in a small Alaskan town after 10 years to sell it. Tyler had to kill his mother in self-defense when he was young and was sent to a juvenile detention center. His sister, on the other hand, was adopted by Police Chief Eddie. Both of them haven't seen each other for 10 years, so they have to warm up to each other again and try to find out what really happened when they were young and what kind of person their mother truly was. One thing that comes in handy is their ability to talk to each other in their heads with some kind of telepathic connection they share. While they are digging up secrets of the past, Tyler is also still trying to feel more comfortable with his new identity as a young man, since he grew up as a girl called Olivia and had to go through some major changes. First of all, I have to say that the game handled the theme about gender identity really well. It didn't feel forced in any way and was just a natural part of the story. This time there were only 3 episodes, compared to the usual 5 episodes of Life is Strange 1 and 2, so I was a bit worried that it might be too short, but in the end they actually wrapped up the story in a satisfying way. Still, it would have been nice to see more about these characters, as Tyler and Allison were both interesting protagonists, and side characters like Sam and Eddie had a lot of potential as well. One thing that bothered me a bit was just how self-centered and immature the twins sometimes acted, but I guess they are still pretty young and went through a lot, so it is understandable in a way. Dontnod Summer always puts pretty notebooks in their games, and this time we got a book full of fairy tales, which was actually really interesting since it was directly connected to the main story. But my favorite thing about this game was probably the way you could recall memories at certain points. I really liked that Allison and Tyler both had different memories about the same events, and the game made you choose one of them. Memories are very subjective, so this actually made a lot of sense and felt very realistic. The telepathic ability of the twins was also interesting, even though it wasn't used as much as the time-traveling power of Max in Life is Strange 1 or the telekinetic ability of Daniel in Life is Strange 2. As a big Life is Strange fan, I wish they would have also added a few more indie tracks to the soundtrack, as I always really enjoy these moments. That's why my favorite part of Tell Me Why was probably the montage at the beginning of episode 2, when they were running around the house as kids and adults. Going back to the house where you grew up and seeing all of those memories is just something I can really relate to. When I compare it directly to the other Life is Strange games, my favorites are still Life is Strange 1 and Before the Storm, and then Life is Strange 2. Tell Me Why was a great little story game, but it did miss a bit of the urgency and thrill of the other games, and I quickly knew where the story was going, so there weren't really any surprises for me. The final decision at the end was also a really easy and obvious choice for me, compared to the more complex choices of the other games. I still really like Tell Me Why, and I will always look forward to more story games from Dontnod. It would also be really nice if we could see more of Allison and Tyler in other games later. But now I'm curious about your opinion. Did you enjoy Tell Me Why? Which of Dontnod's games is your personal favorite? Let's talk in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe to see more content like this.